Welcome everybody. So I'm currently working on a fairly large relief carving here. It's with a bear waterfall scene, but I'm currently working on the rough out stage in this carving, and while I'm doing this I just kind of wanted to talk about something, and it's actually one of my new favorite rough out tools, and it's the Arbortech Mini Carver. In the past, I've tried several different methods on how to remove bulk wood fast and efficient, and still kind of maintain the integrity of my lines and layers and stuff. And I found that a lot of the methods that I used in the past were, I don't know, they just always had a drawback of some kind. I used routers at times, and that seemed to be really difficult. It removed wood, but it just still didn't seem like a very good method. And I used the carving with the gouges, and that takes a really long time to remove so much wood. You know, when I carve, I don't have a whole lot of time to carve, and so the hours that I put in, they have to be effective, and so I need to be able to be effective and remove wood fairly quickly. It's actually my first time using it with a relief carving like this, and so far I've been really happy with its precision and effectiveness. The Mini Carver, it carves really nice. It almost gives it that gouge stroke look. You can be fairly precise with it along the edges of your layers and things like that. The only thing is that it's kind of got a thicker end. Obviously this is probably 2.5 inches thick, so you're not going to be able to get into some of these tighter spots. You're going to have to use your gouges or some other method in order to clean those areas up and get those down to the proper depths. But it's perfect for these open areas that are, you know, you got a lot of wood here that you need to remove, and you don't have a whole lot of tight spots. I'm going to kind of show you guys this and how the tool works, but I'm going to kind of take this area back in here, and generally what I do is I'll take it down, I'll get somewhat like semi close to the line, and then I'll go back with my gouge, and then I'll clean up the edge. And there's a slight learning curve to this. Basically you still have to be cautious and be aware of the grain direction. If you're not carving with the grain, it's not gonna carve clean. You're gonna see a lot of pushed grain. So, but I'll show you what I mean here. So here's a little bit closer view of the Mini Carver here. You can kind of see it's got this disc and some cutters on the end like this, and got a handle here. You can even attach like a vacuum or something to this end to suck up the chips. And that was another reason why I really like this, is because it makes carving chips, not dust. So it's a lot easier to clean up my shop at the end of a carving session when all the chips are just falling on the floor. I don't have dust that's, you know, fluttering around in the air or landing on things I don't want. And so that's another reason why I like this. But it rotates clockwise, right? Okay, so you have to be careful of the grain direction. So obviously the grain is running horizontally, so I want the burrs or the cutters to cut with the grain. So in this particular situation, you know, I'd be kind of using it like this through here, and then if I switched, let's say I was holding the tool with the grain direction, the blades are cross-cutting the grain, right? I guess depending on where you're holding it. But if you're cutting and its cutters are cross-cutting the grain, it's gonna push and it's not gonna make a clean cut. So I would have to rotate the tool like this, so it's cutting with the grain. probably a good idea to wear some kind of eye protection because it flings chips pretty good. But you can kind of see here where it was, you know, pulling or not cutting smooth of the grain here. Like here I wasn't going in the proper direction. In this area I was. And it's not a huge deal. Like for a rough out tool especially, it's probably gonna be okay. This isn't that big of a deal. You're just trying to get down to your depths of your layers. But I would say it's just something to keep in mind. You know, if you're trying to get that good texture, that nice carved texture, you're gonna have to keep that in mind. So I'm not affiliated with Arbortech in any way. I just wanted to share one of my new favorite tools to rough out some of these bigger carvings that I have to remove a lot of bulk material efficiently. So this is linked below in my Amazon shop if you guys are interested in maybe looking into something like this. So, but thanks everybody for watching, appreciate it.